Hi everyone, Katie and I have a nice full body mat class for you today. This is suitable for all bodies, including our preggies, and you don't need any props, just you and your body and your mat. So we're going to begin on all fours, so hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And let's start with some nice cat stretches just to limber up through your spine. So we'll begin by rounding your spine up towards the ceiling with a nice exhale, tucking your chin, looking towards your belly. And then inhale, let's melt down, gazing forward, broadening your chest, widening your hips behind. Just take a moment there and see if you can just let go that fraction more. And then exhale, round that spine, actively pressing hands and knees into the mat as you lift. And then inhale, let it go. Really widening that backside as much as humanly possible and lengthening your neck. Let's go for 2 more here. Exhaling, spread those shoulder blades apart. Inhaling, down you go. And on that last one, let's take it right through range. So really actively pressing away from the mat, drawing that belly to spine. And then melting it down, spreading those collarbones, gazing up. And then let's find that neutral. So lengthening out through that spine, just lifting up between your shoulder blades, your belly, your rib cage gently without rounding through your back. Now we're going to keep your elbows straight, bring your focus to your shoulder blades. So with straight arms, we're going to sink your breastbone as your shoulder blades glide together, and then lift your breastbone as your shoulder blades glide apart. So it's very tempting to bend your elbows here. Try and keep them straight. So essentially the only thing moving is shoulder blades and breastbone. Shoulder blades glide towards each other and apart. So we're basically lubricating your shoulder joints here while really warming up the muscles around the shoulder, okay, around those underarms. Just take note, have you sat back into your hips? Shift that weight forward into your arms. Take the load and really ground heavy through the heels of your hands and your fingertips. Let's go for 5. Lift and spread. 4 more. And 3. We warm through the shoulders now. 2. Last one, let's lift and spread those shoulder blades apart and find that neutral. So gently just glide those shoulders away from your ears. Okay, so we're set in our neutral, okay, ready for takeoff. Now, let's float your right hand up by your right shoulder. So we're stabilizing through the left, right hand up at shoulder height. Nothing else changes. We're simply going to reach that right arm forward long and straight and then pull that elbow all the way back in by your side. So exhale, reach the arm forward. Inhale, it glides by your rib cage. Now, as that arm moves through space, take note, have you shifted your body left or have you sat back into your hips? Keep your hips placed above your knees as we move through the arm. If you're tight through your shoulder, you'll have to work quite hard to keep that arm up at shoulder height. Okay, that's good for you. Let's go 4 more here before we layer. And 3. Just for 2. Last one, let's pull that elbow in at your side. Now you can just stay with the arm. Otherwise, we're going to start to add a left leg extension. So as your arm reaches forward, can your left leg reach long behind, parallel to floor? Elbow bends as knee returns just beneath your hip to hover, and then extend it all the way out. So we inhale, limbs return. Exhale, they glide away. Noticing that your midsection doesn't change position, so hips nice and square to the ground. Let's go for 4 more here. Following that breath, exhale, lengthen for 3. Limbs stay long in 2. Last one, reach the arm long, reach the leg all the way out, just hold it. Limbs stay straight at the elbow and the knee. We're going to lower, tap fingertips, toes to the floor, and then lift straight back to parallel. So we inhale on the down, you exhale on the lift. As those limbs move, be really active through that left shoulder. If that's crying out for dear life, that's because it's working really hard to stabilize you here. That's normal. Let's go for 4. And 3. Just for 2, nearly there. Last one, lift and reach, fingertips away, toes along. Flip your palm to face in, thumb to ceiling, and let's pulse the limbs up and down to finish for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hand, lower the knee, open those knees out. Let's reach those hands forward. Just find that child's pose there. Making space for your belly, like myself, if you need to. And then just let that chest suspend down as you really reach those arms out long. Nice deep breath. And then let's take right hand to the right, left hand on top of your right, and just pull that left hip away from your left shoulder. Should feel nice to open up that side. Nice breath there. All right, bringing those hands back to center. Now, we're gonna make our way to lie down on your right side. Okay, so lying all the way down, relaxing your head on that right arm with a bent elbow or straight, whatever you prefer. And then we're gonna stack those hips and those knees. Now, let's make sure that your feet are back in line with your backside, so your knees will be in front of the body. And then just relax that head down nice and heavy. Left hand finds your hip, and then use that just as a guide to check that you're stacked. Left hip on top of your right, lengthen your waist and stick your tailbone back behind you, okay? So we're now side lying neutral. Now from here, just that top leg, your knee, shin and ankle is gonna lift away from the bottom leg and then lower back down. Okay, so this is our level 1 position here where we're gonna start. So just that top leg, knee, shin and ankle lifts and lowers, keeping that foot nice and floppy. So that means we're gonna lead the movement from the outer aspect of your hip rather than your shin. Okay, so we're going for some height, but not so much so that you roll backwards, and that's where your hand is a useful guide there. Starting to warm up through that outer hip. We're not gonna be here for super long because we've got 2 different sets to come. Let's go for 3 more. Just checking in that tailbone, points back behind you, trying to let it tuck. Lift the leg to parallel, hold it. We're now gonna stretch the leg long, heel ends up in line with hip, and then bend the knee back in above the bottom leg, keep it the same height, stretch the leg away. So stretch it long, bend it back in. So it's like it's gliding across a tabletop surface as it glides out and in. Okay, just 4 here. And 3, stretch, really lengthen the knee. And 2. Last one, reach that leg all the way out. Point that toe, really lengthen your waist. So push that top hip away from you. Teeny tiny pulses with that top leg. Up an inch for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then bring that leg in. Just rest it down. Give it a little bit of love. Okay, position 2. By all means, you can come back here at any point or stay there if you prefer. Otherwise, let's position ourselves with our right elbow underneath shoulder. We're gonna sweep the feet back slightly behind the body now, so opening up through the front of the hips, but again, make sure you're stacked left on top of right. Okay, so before we go anywhere, we're gonna lift up out of that armpit, we're gonna lift your rib cage, then we're gonna float those hips up and away from the mat. Okay, so we're nice and open. You can look down at your wrist, but don't take your top shoulder with you. Keep that shoulder nice and open. Round 2, top leg, same as before, lift and lower. So it's a bent knee, shin and ankle moves together, lifting up, controlling back down. Shorter set, second round. You'll be thankful for that. Let's go for 4. Leg stays high in 3. And 2. Lifting that leg up nice and high, hold it, start to stretch and straighten. And then bend it back in, it stays the same height. Out and in. Try and keep nice and active through that underside waist. Let's go 4. Stay straight in 3. And 2. If you need to look down at the wrist to take tension out of your neck, go for it. Stretch the leg, hold it, point your toe, little pulses up and up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower it down. Amazing. Come to sit all the way up. Just sweep your right shin forward and your left behind you. Okay, so right foot meets that left knee, and then just spread those butt cheeks a little bit. Anchor that hip down. Reach your arms out, nice and wide to the side. Take that left hand to the mat. Reach your right arm up and over. Should feel nice to open up that right shoulder. Take a look up towards your elbow. Let's cartwheel over to the left. Looking up towards that left side as you open up through that waist. Last one, let's go over to that left side again. Opening up through that right shoulder, gazing upwards. And then coming all the way up from there. Beautiful. Okay, let's make our way up onto your knees. So we have those knees underneath your hips, and then we're gonna extend that left leg again out to the side. Now, that leg is straight with your foot anchored and your toes facing forward. If this gets a little crampy on your hip, you can always bend that knee a little bit and bring your foot towards you. Otherwise, let's keep that leg straight. We're gonna interlace your hands behind your head, lift up tall and open out those elbows, so nice and broad through that chest. Keeping your lower body still, let's draw a rainbow with your right elbow. We're gonna side bend. Elbow goes down towards that right hip, and then using your left waist, you bring yourself all the way back upright. Okay, so drawing a nice big rainbow as you glide down to the right and glide all the way back up. Little theme here, just like when we were stacked in our side support, there's no rotation for the moment. Okay, so stay open through your chest as you lower, and then as you control your way back up. Now the down and the up are of equal importance here. So let's take a long journey down on your inhale, long journey up on your inhale. Exhale, sorry. Inhale on the down, exhale on the up. Now you can absolutely stay just with that side bend if that suits you, otherwise we're gonna layer. Let's find that side bend, hold it. Elbows wide, we take a rotation by looking down to the floor. Come back to face forward, slowly make your way all the way back upright. And again, so find that side bend. Open the chest, look down, elbows wide. Come back to face forward, bring that torso upright. Good, 3 more like that. Find that side bend, rotate forward. Bring yourself back to front, all the way up. Let's go for 2. Keep that range the whole time. Elbows wide. On the next one, we're gonna stay down. Find that side bend. Let's just go with that twist. You rotate to the floor, rotate forward. Keep that tension on your left side as you rotate and forward. Let's go for 3. Anchor that left foot heavy and 2. Last one. Find that side position, now facing forward. Can you go a little bit deeper? Little pulses, up and down, cinching through that left waist, but obviously lots of tension because you're on stretch. Let's go 5, amazing, and 4, keep breathing, head back, 3, 2, last one, little hold. Find that side stretch position, reach those arms away, lengthen through the fingertips, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, coming all the way up. Well done. Let's just come back to rest on your heels. So bending both knees, reach those arms out similar to before, and let's side stretch this time to the right. Bend that right elbow as you open your left side, anchoring that left hip down. Hope you all had a nice little grunt at home as well. And then let's cartwheel to the left. So anchor that left hand as you open up that right side. Press your right hip down so you really take advantage of that stretch. And we'll go 1 more to the right. Hand to the mat. Reach that left arm over. And then coming all the way back up. Excellent. Okay, we're going to make our way up into standing. So I'm going to spiral around this way. So just gently rolling yourself up, taking your time bit by bit, adjusting to that upright position. And we're going to do some standing work, continuing to focus on that left back side. So coming up towards the front of your mat, left foot is going to be nice and grounded, right toes alongside. Okay, so lifting up through that right heel. Let's bring hands to hips just so we know where we are. Nice and square in space, nice and proud through that chest. Now your chest stays upright as we take a big step back with your right toes, your right foot, drop down into a 90-90 lunge, push through your heel, bring yourself upright, tap the floor. Okay, so it's a big step back, drop down, and then push through your heel, lift. So as you find that reverse lunge, keep your chest up. So your gaze should be forward. You take a nice big step back, balance permitting, okay? So if your knee's a bit grumbly behind you, or you've got a huge case of the wobbles, just don't step back quite so far. And any preggie participants, really, well, anyone for that matter, be very mindful that your pelvis is square, left to right, as you find these dynamic lunges, stepping back and lifting. Now feel free to get those arms into play, rising to the ceiling as you lunge, pulling them back down as you come back upright. A little bit of energy into those fingers, and you pick your pace. You can pick it up a little for a little bit more cardio, or go really slow if you need to. Let's go 5 and 4. In 3, we hold it down. 2. Let's hold that lunge down low. Now from here, we're gonna take a little rocket. We're gonna shoot your body forward, your arms sweep back behind, pause there for a sec. Back leg is straight, your spine is long, okay, no slump. You then sweep your arms up as you drop that back knee low. Good mind reading, Katie. Rocket forward, back leg straight. Drop the knee, reach the arms high. Exhale forward, she knows me well, knows where my brain goes. And drop it down. Let's go 5. Lots of energy into those arms, imagine they're heavy. 4 more. Left side's burning, so use your right as a distraction. Really propel yourself forward. For 3. Getting low through that back knee. And 2. Last one. Shoot forward, hold it there. Now from here, shift your weight forward into that left foot a little more. Bend your elbows in by your side. Now, we're gonna tap your right toes alongside the left. We're gonna extend the arms, extend the leg back, both arms forward, and then pull the toes in and reach. Got it that time. Okay, so a little bit of a running woman here, both arms reaching forward, leg goes back. Now you pick your pace. You can start to pick it up a little if you like. Again, a bit more cardio there. You can start to hover your toes behind you to challenge your balance. Or you can keep toes on the contact with the floor if you need to. We've got another 10 seconds here. You pick your pace, push through for 6, 5, 4, holding balance in 3, last 2. Last one, reach your legs back, your right leg back, your arms forward. Can you get a little deeper into your left leg? Can you float the toes off the floor if you haven't already? Lift the arms up a little higher. We're here, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Ooh, nicely done, guys. Beautiful. Let's take a step back to the back of the mat. Give the hips a little shake. Arms down by your side, take a big breath in. Let's reach them out to the side, all the way up to the ceiling. And then reach your arms out wide. Tuck that chin. Take a forward fold. Hanging nice and heavy. Drop the head, give it a little shake. And then let's just walk forward, finding your plank position. It's going to take that left shin across the mat. Extend your right leg long behind, finding that pigeon stretch. Now to stay nice and upright, walk those hands forward. Pull that left hip away, pull your right hip to your left heel, and then you can really stretch all the way down to those forearms if you like, or if you need a bit more space like me, just stay up on those hands. Embracing that stretch through the left. Well done. A bit warm here. Grab a drink if you need, and then we're going to even up that other side pretty shortly. Let's go 2 more deep breaths. Okay, when you're ready, bringing those hands back in under shoulders, curl your toes behind you. Let's just send your left leg back, lift the hips to the ceiling, find your down dog or your pyramid position, chest to thighs, and just take a little walk. Bend one knee, drop the opposite heel. Try not to swivel the hips too much side to side there. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, last one. Drop those knees down, just take them nice and wide. We'll just take a child's pose for a moment. Hips back, arms forward, resting down to the mat. Relaxing through those glutes in your belly. And then let's come up, hands back underneath shoulders, knees underneath your hips, resetting. Let's just take one cat stretch. So we'll start by rounding up like the harbour bridge. Tuck your chin and tailbone, really spread the shoulder blades apart. And then melt down, give that belly a stretch, open your chest. And then come to rest in your neutral. So that should sit pretty comfortably now into our second set. So lifting up out of those shoulders, no collapsing. Your right hand stays grounded. Let's bring that left hand up by your shoulder. Take note, did you sit back or sway? Okay, take a second to recenter yourself. Then we take an inhale, we exhale, reach left arm forward, and then inhale, pull that arm by your side. Okay, that air is sticky and thick as that arm moves through space. So no floppy limbs. It's our least favorite, isn't it, Katie? Long, strong arms, coordinated with that breath. Exhale, reach. Inhale, return. Split core work, always harder one side versus the other. So biasing your right side here, stabilizing. So let's be really mindful to minimize that weight shift, staying centered. Let's go 3 more before we have the optional layer of our leg extension. Last one, pull that elbow in. Now stay with just the arm if you prefer, otherwise we continue to reach left arm as you extend right leg behind. You bend the knee beneath your hip as the arm returns. Now don't let the leg be too much of a distraction. Try and keep that left hand right up at shoulder height, so opening out through the front of your chest. Exhale. And again, pelvis is level from left to right, so you're extending the leg long without rotating and lifting the right side of your pelvis. Let's go 4 more here. And 3, pushing through the heel of that right hand and the fingertips. 2. Let's reach the limbs all the way out to straight, hold it there. They stay straight as you lower fingertips, toes to the mat, and then lift back up to parallel. Okay, so elbow, knee straight. Try not to buckle at the knee joint. Lower tap and lift. Lower tap and lift. Let's go 5. Back stays nice and stable. Just for 3. 2. Let's lift the limbs up to parallel. Flip your palm to face in, thumb to ceiling. Pulse the limbs up and down to finish. For 8, straight knee, long arm. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Awesome. Sit right back. Reach the arms forward, guys. Take a moment. Deep breath. Then we're going to take left hand to the left, right hand on top. Open up that right waist. So pull that hip right down towards your heel. Splay the rib cage. All right, bringing those hands back to center. Excellent. Now we're going to come to spin around. So we're going to come down to lie on our left now. So just take your moment, set yourself up for success. So relaxing that head, opening up through your neck a little bit. Try not to be too scrunched. Your knees are in front of your body. Your feet are back in line with hip. Right hand to that top hip. Give it a push to create space between yourself and the mat there and show your tailbone behind you. Okay, brilliant. We're set. Now that top leg, knee, shin, and ankle is going to lift and then lower right down, leading or dominating this movement from your right hip, letting the lower part of the leg just come with you. Okay, so try not to tense up through that shin. Lifting up, controlling back down. Again, don't be shy about the height. Lift the leg up, challenge yourself, while keeping accountable, of course, that your hips stay nice and stacked. Use those hands just to give yourself a bit of feedback. Okay, 4 more here. Won't take long to kick into gear on this side. Remember, we've got that second, more challenging round to come. All right, let's lift that leg up, hold it. Now it stays parallel to the floor as you extend long. Point your toes, stretch, bend the knee back in, okay? So you reach the leg, think tailbone back as the leg comes in. Okay, so you fold from the front of your hip, don't tuck under. Let's go 5 here, and then that leg stays straight. In 4, tailbone back, and 3, last 2. Hold that leg long, reach it away a little bit more, see if you can push that hip away from you. And then little pulses with a nice pointed toe, make it look pretty. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, little breather. Well done, glute. Okay, now we're going to come up to that elbow. So really take care to make sure that elbow is under your shoulder. It's not too far away, it's not too close. Take your feet behind the body, so opening up a little bit. Stacked hips, stacked shoulders. So gaze can go down, don't take that top shoulder with you, okay? When you're ready, armpit lifts, so do the ribs, then the hips follow. Make any little adjustments you need. When you're ready, top leg lifts and lowers. It's the only thing that changes. Okay, so keep that bottom hip up the whole time, no sagging. Remembering it's a shorter set, so push through, little break if you need. Then join us as soon as you're ready. 4 here. And 3. Just 2. Holding that leg high, it stays there. Let's stretch it away, pull it back in. So the whole leg stretches away, bring it back above the bottom leg. Just 5. That might be harder for some. You got it. You've done it before. You can do it again. 2 more. Hold that leg all the way out. Really reach it, long point that toe. Little pulses up and down. Up and down. Gaze can lower if you need. Open that shoulder for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Down. Well done. Bring those legs in front into that Z sit. So you got left shin in front this time. Foot finds the right knee and then right foot behind your body. Let's reach the arms out nice and wide, capital T, and we're gonna cartwheel that right hand to the mat. Left arm reaches over, look towards that elbow. So just really open up to that left side body. And then cartwheel up and over, hand to the mat, reach that right side. Looking up, allow that left elbow to bend. And let's go one more over to the right. Really reach long through those fingertips. Stretching out that left side. All right, coming up from there. So sweep those feet behind. So you've got your knees under your hips, coming upright. Okay, tucking under here. Now we're taking right foot to the side this time. Now just anchor that foot with your toes facing forward. If you need to bend that knee, remember that's an option, okay? So just opening up through that hip. Otherwise, let's keep that leg straight. Okay, stack the shoulders over the hips, hands come behind your head, elbows nice and wide. Okay, so we're tall. We're gonna draw a nice rainbow with that left elbow as we come over into that lateral flexion to the left, and then restack that body all the way back up. We're gonna inhale on the down, and then exhale, coming upright. Think about using that right foot as a really firm anchor. Trust it, so you can get a little deeper into that side bend each time. Be mindful, don't hold your breath. Okay, relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. Down you go. And again, it's a pure side bend to start. So we're open, facing forward before we add our twist. Challenge yourself, are you getting as deep as you can control? In 3, we're gonna add our rotation. Nicely done. In 2. All right, let's find that side flexion, hold it. We're gonna take a twist, rotate down, look forward. Sorry, bring your gaze forward and then coming all the way back up. So find that side bend. Take a twist. Coming forward, up you come. Take your time step by step. So try not to blur the movements. Keeping proud through the chest, so no hugging of your cheeks with those elbows. Next time you find that side bend, let's stay there, keeping tension on that right waist, and we're just gonna twist and unwind. Good, twist and unwind. Let's go 3. Stretch that right leg, anchor the foot. 2. Last one. Coming to face forward, hold it. Can you go a little deeper? Little pulses, lift, lower, lift, lower. Keep that tension, stay deep into it. 5, just 4, and we hold. You got it. 3, and 2. Last one, side bend over a little further. Reach the arms long, just hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, it's juicy. All right, very good. Sit that bottom back onto your heels there, guys. Reach those arms out and take that cartwheel. Left hand to mat, bend the elbow as you open up. Oh, yes. Through that right side. And then cartwheel over to the right. Bend that elbow, lengthen the left. And let's go one more over to the left. Splay those ribs. Freestyle's a bit off for that one. Okay, coming all the way up. All right, let's even up in standing. So spinning around, curl those toes under, hands to the mat. Just lift those hips and slowly make your way up there, bit by bit, allowing yourself to adjust. And then again, we're gonna come to the top end of the mat there, okay? So bringing yourself up so you've got plenty of room behind you. So this time we have that right foot nice and flat on the mat and your toes alongside, and then bring your hands to your hips so that you know where you are in space here. Okay, now chest stays upright for the first part of the sequence. You're gonna take a big step back, drop that back knee, drive through that front heel, toes just tap the mat, okay? So you've got most of your weight in that right leg. It's just a nice, smooth transition as you lower and as you lift. Ideally, we take a really big step back, but if you need to reduce that range slightly just to offload that back knee, or if your balance is really struggling today, just reduce that step length. Okay, adding in those arms if you like, reaching to the ceiling and then pulling them back down as you stand tall. Trying to keep that chest up, arms energized. Inhale, exhale, 5 here. And then we hold that lunge. In 4. Drive through the heel. 3. 2. Let's drop into that lunge, hold. Okay, nice long arms. We're gonna find our rocket. Shoot your body forward, pause for a sec. Check, arms energized behind. Leg is straight, spine is long, no slump. Okay, from there, arms come up, drop the back knee. Sweep back, rocket forward. Drop it low, chest is up. So nice smooth transition there. I'm very aware that right side is burning. Distract yourself, focus on the length and strength of your left leg. Let's go 5. Drop it low. And 4. Last 3. 2. Last one, rocket forward. We're going to shift that weight forward into that front leg. Bring your elbows in by your side. Bring the toes alongside your right. When you're ready, arms reach forward as you tap your toes behind. Pull to center. Lengthen and bend. Now hips are square. Limbs reach long behind. Now you can start to pick up that pace. You pick it, depending what you're up for today. You can keep floor contact behind. If you want to start hovering that leg, challenge that balance, go for gold. Right leg is nice and stable. Push, pull, push, pull. Keep going. We've got 10 seconds here. You pick your pace, then we balance. In 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, let's find that balance. Reach the arms, get deeper into your right leg, maybe float the toes a little higher if you can, lift the arms a little higher for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. Feel that a bit more on that side, well done. All right, take a step back. Again, let's give those hips a little bit of a shake, heart rate settle a little. Take those feet underneath your hips. Let's take a nice big breath in, bend those knees, reach the arms up, and then arms come down by your side. Tuck that chin, take a forward fold, take a moment there, drop the head, breathe, and then let's bend those knees, walk the hands forward, find that plank, and then we transition into our pigeon stretch. Right foot to the left, knee to the right, really square off those hips, and then reaching those hands forward, come into your forearms if you like. Pull that left hip up towards your heel. Pull that right hip down. And breathe. Hard work is done. Really good. A few deep breaths there. Relaxing the shoulders. Making sure that you are embracing that stretch, you're not collapsing out of it. And then let's carefully just bring those hands back in. Send your right knee back. So come back to where we started, all 4. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Just a little shoulder release to finish here, guys. Keep that left hand grounded. Reaching your right arm out to the side, reach long through the fingers. Press into the floor as you lift your rib cage high. Look to the ceiling. Let's take a dive. Reach that right hand behind left. We're going to drop your shoulder either side of your head all the way to the mat. Take a breath there. Let's extend the fingers of that left hand all the way along your mat. Breathe. Make sure you're very much twisted. Left shoulder up, right shoulder down. So it should feel like an active stretch along that right side. And then slide that left hand back in, press into the mat, reset. Right hand is grounded. Reach the left arm out to the side, long fingertips. Open the chest high, gaze to the ceiling. We dive down. Side of the head, shoulder might reach the mat. Really twist, reach that right hand away. Right shoulder up, left shoulder down. Breathe there. Stay active in that stretch. And then bring that hand back under your shoulder. Press into the mat. Left hand meets the mat, curl your toes under. Let's walk the hands back to your knees. Slowly lift the hips to the ceiling. Let your chest just fold for a moment. Weight shifts back into your midfoot. Just let the head go, a little shake side to side. And then find center, we slowly restack. Bit by bit by bit. Last thing to come up. Head and neck, give those shoulders a roll. Give yourselves a clap. Good sesh, thanks for joining us today.